also has different times, like midnight, which is at 12 a.m. The night ends when the morning starts at 6 a.m.
Yep.
All right.
What source is that?
Grammar Brain.
Oh, that's an academic source.
Whatever.
Oh yeah.
Move on now.
Scholars on that staff.
Let's move on. We'll talk about it later. It's still more.
All right. So.
All right. Oh, I ain't got my answers.
Look, unprepared.
See?
So today we got Mr. G here. You know what I'm saying? We got Mark in the building, Joe, and Dr. Bolton, who obviously forgot his assignment. So today we will be doing.
All right, come on. We need to go. We only got an hour.
That's the
Let's
intro.
go. I got my answer.
Intro.
God,
I got my answer.
just did.
Let her finish her intro, please.
Jesus, don't even worry. Go ahead, Mr. G. So Mr. G is gonna lead this exercise. Yes, sir.
So, based upon the activity, which is what I consider social emotional activity to some degree, which social emotional learning is a concept in which people are in touch or in tune to how they feel in terms of how well they are with their emotions and how where they are with their surroundings in response to that. So, the sheet in which everybody has it, and the assignment says those who know their strengths and use them frequently tend to have more success in several areas. They feel happier, have better self-esteem, and more likely to accomplish their goals. To use our strengths effectively, it's important to have a clear idea of what they are and how they can be used. Some of our greatest strengths might be easy to recognize, while others go unnoticed because they feel ordinary to us, even if they aren't. So, in this worksheet, you identify your strengths and ways in which you are already using them. Additionally, you will explore new ways to use your strengths to your advantage. So the instructions are to circle 3 of the options below out of the list of strengths given. If you have some additional strengths, you can add them at the bottom. There are 4 spaces available for you to add. There is a caveat. According to this list, in order for us to recognize how strong our strengths are, to put them in what we call effective statements. So an effective statement is one that affirms who we are or where we are. In this case, I feel my greatest strength is whatever that word you chose, and give the reason why or because.
Okay.
So
Dr. Bolton, go ahead on.
Why we gotta start with me?
This is your name, Doctor.
All right, you wanna know? You wanna know what?
No, do
mine
Joe
out for
first.
me?
No, do Joe first.
I want to do mine.
Go ahead.
Mine.
How you see yourself. So,
Yeah.
okay, wait, we got to break down what it's
You are qualified just as I'm talking.
I owed you for earlier. But now we got to explain. So remember in, about 2 videos ago, you explained that there's 3 different versions of yourself. How you see yourself, how others see you, and then who you actually are. So this assignment...
That's the only thing you ever listened to I ever did.
No, I listen to a lot of stuff. But anywho, that is how we came to this assignment. So this is a reflection of your statement.
Okay.
Go ahead, Dr. Bo.
Now, in my case, this is not only how people see me. It's not only how I see myself, but this is also who I am. All 3 are together.
All right. Sure. What is it?
Simpatico.
What is it? No, come on.
Number 1, modesty. No.
I'm sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry, too soon. My bad.
Yeah, I know.
What? It's on the list.
Yeah, I know some of the list you're going.
Hold up, you gotta say because, or are we doing that?
Yeah, how y'all
I feel my greatest strength is modesty.
Because.
Yeah, explain why. Why?
Going on.
Because even though I am great,
Yeah.
I still dwell with the minions.
Millions. Wow. Okay.
That doesn't sound modest at all.
Contradicting statement, baby.
Yeah, I know, right?
Actually, my greatest asset is my humility, but it wasn't on the thing.
Yeah. Why didn't you write it down then?
Yeah, you could use that one.
I was gonna write in mean stuff for Rihanna. But anyway, okay. Modesty, kindness, and love. That's me.
Okay. Explain kindness and love.
Kindness. I am the kindest cat any of y'all know.
Uh-huh.
It's like
Why?
Because
me, puppies, and kittens.
Not helping.
Huh?
what about love?
Yeah. And love.
Love. I love everybody. I'm
Uh-huh.
the most loving cat you know.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping
What?
you could expand a little bit more. Explain why you love, why you're kind.
Why do I love?
Come with examples like the way you
Because
feel, you know, that thing.
everybody loves me.
Okay. What about unconditional love? What about that?
Oh, unconditional love only applies. This is not mine, but the greatest statement on unconditional love was made by a comedian.
Uh-huh.
And it is so true. Only women,
Oh.
children, and dogs are loved unconditionally.
Fair.
Men are only loved by their ability to provide something.
I can't do that.
For men, unconditional love does not exist.
Okay. You have
I think it was Thoreau that said,
you have a point.
most men live quiet lives of desperation.
Okay. That makes sense to me.
And there's actually some more to the statement, but I didn't remember it. I'm actually going to have to commit that to memory. So when you do bring up unconditional love, I think that there's a huge, serious argument that
Alright.
men are not loved unconditionally, and in society in general, in American
That's the
society,
thing, I'm sorry, go on.
in American society in particular, women can receive unconditional love, children receive unconditional love, and in a lot of cases, animals do, but not men.
Okay. I understand that.
So now, what else am I supposed to do for everybody else? I'm
Yeah,
supposed
you
to
gotta
do
read it. You gotta read it all.
Okay, Joel,
Hey.
flexibility, kindness, fairness, Rian, ambition, independence, love, Tracy, kindness, independent, intelligent.
All right, were you supposed to explain why you gave all those strengths, or no?
Joel is probably the most middle ground person you're ever going to believe. I mean, you're ever gonna run into. You're not gonna see him in arguments with people. You're not, unless you're talking about Drake, and you on the stairs.
Now hold on a minute.
We weren't even talking about Drake. We were talking about
We
basketball.
talk about basketball.
And an analogy was used that turned into a 4-hour conversation that I conceded at least 4 times. And it was like, no, you just conceding because you don't want to argue. But yeah, he's kind to everybody. He's flexible. He's gonna try to work with you. As long as I've been at this university, I've never had anybody say anything bad about it. That's just how he gets down. It's just his movement. It's just part I don't care, part let's be fair. And he will stand up for jive that he feel is right. He will take an opposing position, but it's just never, it is the epitome of disagreeing without being disagreeable.
Uh-huh.
Unless you're talking about
So you talking about Drake? It's nighttime or the water went.
Rian is one of the most ambitious young people I have met. Almost independent to a fault. But everything that she does is rooted in love, even though she acts like she from the hood and she all shoot 'em up, bang, bang, I'm hard.
Thug life tatted
She's-
up her chest. Mr.
she-
G.
She's soft as cottontail tissue. Tracy is one of the kindest people, like sincerely kind. Like, this is just how I get down. I see him
Yeah,
when
you're right.
nobody's looking. This is just how he is.
Yeah.
He's very independent, almost to a fault.
whatever.
Listening thing. I'd rather do it wrong my way than right your way.
Yeah, great, really cool meal things.
Very, yeah, very independent. And a lot more intelligent than most people think he is because he doesn't say a lot, but he's extremely insightful, very thoughtful. I do think that my three were better than anybody.
Yeah, sure.
You're supposed to do 4.
What?
I said between 3 and 4. I did do a couple honorable mentions. So I if 3 was too hard, I did allow 4. That's fine.
I should have put what was another good one for me? There's so many good ones that fit me. Discipline. You tell me 3, it's 3. I'm disciplined.
That's funny. So for you, I had discipline.
What else?
I had honesty.
Woo! Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Dedicated to the truth. Curiosity and leadership.
Yeah, that's right.
All right. What'd you have for you?
That sounds right to me.
For me, I had creativity, independence, humor, and I think that was it.
Okay.
For Tracy, I had modesty, patience, intelligence,
Oh, I'm patient, all right.
and social awareness.
That's right.
Okay.
All right, that's good.
For Vlad, I had ambition,
Yes.
empathy,
Cap.
independence, and curiosity.
All right. I go with that. I don't know about it. Empathy.
You
Too
know,
bad.
I'm the most empathetic person you
Oh.
know.
Oh, I'm not gonna like my episode.
Go ahead,
Okay.
Tracy. You up next.
Okay,
Almost
I'll
an
go.
argument.
Okay. Yeah, I know. Okay. For me, the 3 I chose were modest because I do feel like I tend to downplay my achievements a lot, just so I don't feel like I'm, feel like I'm expressing that I'm better than anyone else.
Yeah, but you are.
No.
Just by virtue of your dad.
Anyway, I definitely
You come from a royal line.
Look, I'm modest because I'm proud of everything I've done, but I don't like to think that I'm like high and mighty over everyone
No,
else.
that means you are better
matter
than other people.
Where they are, I'm just like, I did what I did, but and I'm proud of what I did. But no.
Okay, go ahead.
Anyway, so I said flexibility. Well, maybe not before, but I'm definitely more flexible now. And then I try to I'm trying to broaden my horizons, not only broaden my horizons, but also sort of work within everyone else's needs, to sort of appease people as much as I can, the right people. And then I chose kindness because I'm a kind person.
I had kindness.
I try to be a kind person. I have no reason to be mean unless they deserve it, unless like awful people. But anyway, so for Jan, I chose empathy because I think you're an empathetic person.
That's 2.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So, too bad. Your cat means nothing. Take that cap off. Ruin it, burn it. Anyway. Patience, because you have to deal with him. And then cooperation, because, you tend to work with, at least, and I'm saying this because I don't know you as much as he knows you all. But it seems to me you tend to, easily work with people. At least you try to, I think. Anyway, and then you, I chose
Me.
Yeah.
Oh,
I chose assertive because, and I don't mean that negative. Obviously, I mean that it is your strength because you know exactly what to say, express your point, express your suggestions and all without any timidness whatsoever.
I take that.
You're not scared. You know exactly what to say and how to
I
say
ain't
it.
never scared.
Yeah, that's true. That's definitely a strength of yours. Sometimes it's a fault, but sometimes it's a.
True that.
It definitely.
True that.
You definitely hadn't succeeded as far as you have without being assertive. So you know what? But anyway, ambition, because yeah. I mean that's self-explanatory. You tend to do a lot and sort of go above and beyond what you, I guess, are expected to. You feel like you're expected to do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you have a car business, and you work here, and you're a doctor, and you've moved like several different states to provide for us. So you've done a lot because you crave that ambition and also the best for everyone around you. So that's a good strength. And then logic, because you're a very logical person.
That's what I've been trying to tell everybody. If all y'all would just do
Focusing
is
on
listen to me, don't even think. Just do what I say.
The
The world would be a better place.
I just live there, just a very logical person. And then let's see, Joel. So again, I don't know you as much as he does, but I chose honesty because you're very direct about things.
Yes.
And you're persistent. Why not? This is and then
I'll take it.
yeah, and then humor because you're very funny.
Yes. Yes. Okay.
Appreciate it.
So there we go. That's it.
Okay.
Here we go.
I put you bully people a lot.
You ain't even said
me
who.
in particular.
I ain't said
Everybody
who.
know who it is.
Don't nobody know.
Hit dog gonna holler, Dr. Bolton. Alright, nah, for real. For you, Dr. Bolton, I have intelligence, because
Yep.
you're probably one of the most wiser people that I've met.
I always say that.
Well, he has wisdom.
Yeah. I chose love, because out of everything you do it in a sense for like your family. I chose leadership, like your idolization of how I'm saying it wrong. Your ideas of how life should be, family, and all of that. And I guess life, to me, it comes off as leadership. Discipline, because I don't know nobody who had that many jobs at once. I think you had about 3.5, maybe 4 jobs when I met you, and still functioning and in school. I was like, I don't even know how you. I don't know.
Me neither. But,
You coming up, bro?
I was scratching my head when I first met you, man. I was like, what? How many jobs you got? Hey, so yeah, discipline for sure. Joel, yours and ours was like almost what. So I have athleticism. You always talking about sports, playing sports, super active. You really care about health. Humor, you always got to joke about something. Nothing is ever too serious. Creativity, you know how to do a lot of different things, like all the way from making clothes to developing things on the computer. In anything I could think of, you probably got a hand in it. And independence, like you said, you hit your head in the wall.
Go straight through that wall
before you ask for help. Mr. G, this is gonna be your first one. So I have wisdom. So since we first met, I used to gravitate to the back to come holler at you about life stuff. Social awareness. I think you have the ability to be super aware of a lot of different things as far as different age groups. Open-mindedness and love of learning is the last two I have for you.
What about you?
Well, I was gonna.
Oh, you okay?
Yeah.
All right.
So Tracy, I got cooperation. Just looking at y'all's relationship together, I think it's super dope. So I think at least, and like I said, I don't know you super well, but based on what I know, just seemed like it come off as like cooperation, honesty, discipline. Because I'm like, what, you're 24, 25?
Yeah.
Just finished. Shout out to him. He just finished his master's. And going into a doctoral program. I don't know anybody.
Right, pay rent.
Yeah. I don't know anybody your age.
You gotta stop it from hitting.
I don't know anybody your age who has achieved those things. So that's like respect, props to you, and flexibility. So I think since knowing you, the conversations we had in regards to different subjects, it's been like super like flexible.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Myself, I have ambition, leadership, discipline, and empathy.
That's 3 for empathy.
Wait a minute. Do it again.
Ambition, leadership, discipline, and empathy, and intelligence. I gave myself extra.
No independence?
Nah.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
I think I'm
Wait,
doing better.
stop.
I think I'm doing
Stop.
three different ways. Three different ways.
I had independence, ambition, empathy, and curiosity.
Okay, I got ambition and independence too. What's your 3?
So my 3 was ambition, leadership, discipline, and empathy. And then I gave myself an extra one,
Well, all three of us gave her empathy.
Ain't nobody gave her no empathy. Yeah, y'all just trying to be nice.
I got a lot of empathy. You the one.
You got a lot of love.
That too.
You ain't got the patience for empathy.
I do got patience with my family. Sometimes.
I ain't even messing around.
All right, Mr. G.
So, given everybody's perceptions about other folks, when it comes down to how we socialize, a lot of times we project a lot of things to people. That's how we oftentimes come up with our own perceptions about ourselves and other folks. So, how did you, or what did you factor into when you had to choose your perspectives about individuals in the room?
Experience?
Experience?
Yeah.
How so?
Shoot. I guess for me, it was just what has my day-to-day interactions been with you? What have I seen? What have I noticed?
Mm-hmm.
So that would probably be where mine come from.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, the consistency in your conversation, the consistency where your conversation, actions, and ideals align. Like, this is my conceptualization of the world. This is my offering to the world, my actions. And this is how I represent myself through my personal description.
Mm-hmm.
So in talking to you about you, listening to what you hope to do, in watching how you function daily, that was where I pulled those three things from when it comes to these three.
Right. Joe, what about you?
Yeah, I mean, based off, your ideas and your actions when you kind of put them together. I mean, I think a lot of these words will fit for a lot of us, but I kind of wanted to highlight the ones that I noticed the most, I guess.
Okay, all right. Tracy, what about you, sir?
Oh, ask the question again? I'm sorry.
What?
Wait. Do they got one on here that say distracted?
Anyway,
Multifaceted.
Based upon how we project to other folks, where do your perceptions come from in terms of how you look at these three individuals?
Well, when I was picking these terms, I was thinking about very hard about how I, have come to see these people over my lifetime, which of course for all of you guys means like only a few years. For Dad, it's nearly 20. So I feel like I don't these terms. I feel like I got a sense of how I view these people, but if maybe I would have used different words, or because I'm thinking about the words I chose for you, and I'm like, maybe I could have gone with like independent and kindness, brave too instead.
Why independent?
I don't know, because I think you're very, you tend to go after you want, like, in a very independent fashion. Like, you tend to do things with discipline, sure.
I might be independent outside the home, but I'm extremely dependent
I know.
on you all at home.
I know. I guess it meant when you're just trying to achieve your, like, personal goals that isn't, like, involved in the family, like, you're very independent.
Everything I do is about you all.
True, okay.
Yeah, I didn't live my life. I'm about to die soon. Everything, all my motivations is for y'all.
I also would have used creative too, like the words.
I mean, all of the top good ones apply to me.
Sure, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think we need to put like
all the words.
one to bad.
Should have had.
That's what I was.
Should have had self-absorbed.
I think all the words that I use, like here or that I wrote down here, make sense, and I don't feel bad about using them. But also, I'm like, maybe I could.
I think that was at first I was looking at it, and I didn't like it because all the words were nice, and then I was like, you know what? That's part of the challenge to see which one best fits. Caring applies, but if I have to narrow it down to these three,
You know,
what is the overall thing? Which really surprised me because of Joe's, because I would have thought creativity would have been the main one but I think more so this is more of what I see in you as opposed to what you are, because as I'm looking at how this is panning out, I'm seeing what's most important to me about Joe as opposed to who Joe really is. Now I'm gonna see, I really do think that is what this is. This is what I see in you and not necessarily who you are. I don't know that I have the ability to see who you are aside from what I see in you, because if I'm looking at this, I'm going ambition, independence, and love. That's what I value in you, probably beyond more than in unbiased assessment, so to speak. So perhaps this is an exercise in how you're seen, as opposed to, oh, well, I just learned something.
Yeah. You know, I have a question too. When you guys have perceptions of people, I'm pretty sure you have like several different ideas of who you think they are. You guys ever get the feeling that you have like, out of all those traits, you have like one big trait that sticks out more than the rest, but then that trait sort of tends to fluctuate over time. You know, as like people tend to change and all, or your perception of them tends to like evolve or develop.
I think that would be a good exercise.
I'll tell you, that's me.
I think this would be a good exercise with this and say, okay, of three, if you had to choose one for this person, what would be the one? I think that would be even another level, because then you got to really cut it down to who I see you at.
I was going to go back at you because you brought up you couldn't put anything negative, so I was going to give you the opportunity to point out an area.
Thoroughly.
Well, you
didn't even let me finish the
exploration.
question.
It's a strength exploration, not a weaknesses exploration.
or maybe a
Well, no,
area.
it's supposed to be a character exploration.
It's a strength.
What?
It's a strength.
Well, reading is fundamental.
I was saying, like, maybe it could be an area in which anybody can improve.
Yeah.
So that leads me to my next question. Is there any other word or words that you grapple with in response to how you look at somebody else?
I don't understand.
Is there any other words that are on the list that you probably could have attributed to somebody else?
Oh God! I think any of them. I think any of them. Like I said, Joe was extremely creative. So that was definitely one.
I could use brave for you. I could use love for you.
Right.
Gratitude for a lot of people. We could use
intelligence for him.
Tracy is adventurous.
When I want to be.
Oh man!
So you personally, is there any word or words that were projected to you that you had an aha moment, or you were kind of like, is that really how you perceive me?
No.
Or did you disagree with?
No, I feel like every word they would describe to me made sense. So I didn't really feel like I was like, oh, I'm offended by this. What? What's going on here? Or even like, I didn't realize that that people thought that way about me. But you know,
what were yours for me?
Assertiveness, ambition, and logic. Those are my
assertive, ambition,
and honestly, I don't think about that. Not even.
Yeah, I think all of these words were words that.
I mean, yeah, it makes sense, but honestly, I think love is probably how is a loving person that I see you the most, even compared to all the three I put down here. You're a cooperative person, a persistent person. I should have put that down.
Did I put love for me? Yeah, I did.
Yeah, at the end of the day, you're a loving person.
Yeah.
You care for the people you care about. And so
people.
Yeah. That you called minions the other day, so you know. They're not the other.
Well, I can love minions.
Call them minions. That's not.
I can love minions.
Not exactly.
You are what you are. That's okay.
Okay, yeah, people don't like being called minions.
Their light don't change the truth.
Yeah, that's okay.
The
People
truth
wanna-
don't care about your
See, that's
feelings.
what I'm talking
It's
about.
people that's
logic.
above you, it's people that's below you. You gotta know if you below.
Okay, well, unfortunately, people don't like hearing that. Okay, but maybe they can think that, but that people don't need to say it out loud.
Does the truth care about your
They
feelings?
don't care.
They
It
don't
doesn't
care.
care.
They don't care.
These is facts. I'm giving you pearls.
They do care. Trust me.
So that being said, there's a statement that goes, you might be a hero in a lot of people's books, but in somebody's book you are a villain.
Yep, I believe that.
Oh yeah, I definitely think that's factual.
Absolutely.
But I think that comes as you grow. Like, I don't think we don't know that we are who we are to somebody until somebody points it out. So, like Dr. Bolton like to say, I'm mean. I can be mean. Very. It just depends on who you
And
are.
surly.
Nah, not so.
Yeah.
Just
Southern.
me, you know.
Is that with certain people?
Hell yeah, you know. You already know me. I'm a cancer.
That's with everybody. Everybody.
Yep.
So if they were to see that,
What, and say them?
yeah, would you think that would change the opinion that they have about you on others?
Nah, I think that's also a part of me. So it would be like an addition. It would be, yes, Rick, DJ Vlad is these things. But I also have the ability to be me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you can accept like what some people say about you, like I guess being mean, for an example, then you're able to sort of digest that a lot easier. I mean, if you accept that you're mean,
I was
and everyone else
surprised
saying
you
you're mean
had
doesn't
kindness on mine.
But,
Just not that I'm mean, but
You're nice to everybody.
I just didn't think it. I don't really talk to a lot of people.
You talk to everybody.
but when you do talk
Like,
to them,
I mispronounce everybody's name I don't know that work here. The people whose name I do know, I pronounce it wrong. You know the people's names. You keep in touch with them after they're here.
They
You
call
know,
me.
I was saying, yeah, you are probably the nicest person that works here and have been consistently so. If we on the 6th floor, if we at the
I
student
try
desk,
not to be nice. That's a little.
you can't help
I'm
it.
failing.
you just try to be you, and that you being you is you being nice. So that just gonna happen.
I'm just saying, yeah, you just can't help it. That's just how you get down.
You know.
I mean, I'm not saying I'm not nice. I didn't think it would be my top 3. That's
Oh,
what I
yeah.
said.
Yeah.
So do you feel like all your attributes that people have either projected to you or you projected to other folks, do you think that they are more conscious or non-conscious?
Conscious.
What? Why?
It
How
depends
so?
on
How
who
so,
is
Joe?
with you.
Cause I feel like we've lived life long enough to kind of dissect ourselves a little bit and mold ourselves a little bit. So, you know, at one point in time, I feel like you decided I'm gonna just be honest with everybody because it's the truth. If I give you the truth, then we ain't got no confusion or anything about it. I think a lot of the stuff we do, we become aware. Like I put independence for me and you, and I think at some point in time we made a decision. Like, hey, look, we all we got. So and it's just gonna be like that from here on out. Even if you're not in an independent situation, you can still push yourself independently. You know, like I think most of that stuff is conscious. So, and at least at some point in time in life, maybe not all the time.
Tracy, what about you? You think most of the stuff that people have said tonight, are you more not unconscious or non-conscious or conscious about it?
About like when everyone says to me.
About projected you.
I mean, I would say that I'm pretty conscious about pretty much everything that everyone said to me tonight, because yes, I always think of myself as a kind person, as a modest person, as an intelligent person. But that's also because I've spent years and years like really like dissecting and understanding myself so that I can progress forward through life without any complications. You know, so the better I understand myself, the easier I feel my life can be. So that I can just sort of live life the way I want to without like thinking of myself, or without like hearing what other people say about me and being like, oh, I don't believe that, I don't believe that. So, and so when people have said these things, I'm like, yeah, no, that makes sense because understand that I can be that person and all. And now, in general, I'm not sure how. I think most people are generally aware of how other of how people how they perceive themselves. I'm not sure if people are aware of how other people generally see them. I think most people have an idea of what people want to see, and so they sort of curate their characteristic around that. But when they actually hear from other people like who they think they are, they tend to get really defensive, and they are like, "I no, that's not true. I know I'm this person, so I don't believe you." And it creates this like real dichotomy between like how they act and how they feel like they act, and that causes a huge issue. And that's not my opinion, though. I'm not, I haven't studied like all 8 billion people on the planet to really just understand that, but that's how I tend to see it. Anyway.
I agree with that.
Okay, great. I got one. I got one person. Does anyone else agree with that? Or?
Yeah, I think how you are seen, you're completely unconscious of.
Yeah.
Especially when you get north of 50.
Yeah.
Because you have so many things that you've passed the point in life where you're trying to get people to see stuff, and you're more consumed with doing things. So it's an opportunity when you have an occasion where people articulate to you how you're seen, because that's more important to you when you're younger. Once you get older, you're more, you have different priorities, and I think you become less and less conscious of it. I know my father is more conscious. He's more inquisitive on how he's perceived after 70.
So, do you think that came from his experience with the world and people telling him, like, I guess projecting onto him, hey, this is how I see you, or no?
I think when you start to reach the age of mortality, where mortality is imminent, you begin to look at what your footprint was.
Yeah.
And so, like, now it's not that I don't care what people think. I don't really inquire because I'm moving. But I notice late 60s, definitely post 70, he's been kind of asking for his report card. He's been asking for, what's my fingerprint? How am I, so.
How is my behavior affecting you all or something?
Who have I been to you? How was I seen at this point? Did it change over time? In wanting to reconcile or gain an understanding of the track record. It's really interesting. Because my father was like, hey, I did what I could, did the best I thought I could at the time, But now, he's a lot more humble in his accomplishments, but apologetic in his errors. And I have to get him to understand, just like I try to get him to understand, or his mama is really who I need to get to understand. He needs my failures as well as my accomplishments, because he learns equally from both. And that's what I was trying to tell Dad. It's 8 billion people on Earth.
Really?
I need you. Out of everyone in the universe, were chosen for me, so you were the perfect person. So exactly what I needed, you have. Failures, accomplishments alike. So that's something. So when he pointed out, I thought it was very astute, that you are much less conscious of how people see you, because we're made to see out. We don't see us.